Good morning, guys. Snowdrops are sprouting up. As I said, that's a sure sign of spring. It's most welcome. I love snowdrops. Simple, but beautiful. Now, I didn't make it up to the moors, as you've probably gathered. Another storm blew in. It's a bit windy today as well. Yeah, torrential rain and heavy winds yesterday, so I postponed the eco bike trip up to the moors. Now, one of the reasons I was going up the moors is that's where I get a lot of my film and reference photos of hares. Mountain hares, moor hares, there's all different kinds of species. But yeah, that was one of the reasons I was going up the moors, and to do a recce of the reservoir, as I said. But I'm going to be looking about here for a spot where I can sit and paint a hare instead. Yeah, got to compromise. When you have to compromise, you have to. So yeah, let's go and look for a spot to paint a hare. Lovely again. It's well, touch wood, there's no rain just now. It said there was going to be a few showers today, but I thought that I would get out and about and get a bit of fresh air, because you never know when the next storm would come. So yeah, 1st of February today, so that's a brand new month. January went by like a flash, but January will be remembered for all those bad storms, I think, in my diary when I put it in. Yeah, so I have been feeding my birds and animals, and I'm trying to train the robins and the blue tits and whatever to come and feed off my hand. And I just about got it today, but they were just a little bit hesitant again. So, I mean, they were right up at my feet. They're taking bread from just the tips of my toes, just about. So, bit by bit, gradually, they'll do it. So, yeah, that was nice, seeing them up that close. So, yeah, you've probably seen I've uploaded 3 parts of me painting. My view from my kitchen studio window. I had started that a long time ago, so I think that film is about maybe 2-year-old, maybe 3. So yeah, I uploaded those 3. The reason I uploaded it was because I want to keep a record of it, and I know it's safe on YouTube. So and it's also was to give you a little bit of insight into how long a painting takes to do. And as you see in part 1, it was half done. I've got the other film somewhere. I think it's on my phone film. But I just uploaded those 3 because that was from a Sony camera, my old camcorder, Sony HD, so I thought I'd upload them, and I know that they're there and they're safe. So I hope you enjoyed that. It's a bit like watching paint dry, but I put a bit of music in it for you to kind of break the monotony. I mean, I could have put it on fast forward, but I need the raw film, if you know what I mean. So yeah, that's 3 parts up of that. It's always something extra, isn't it? It was my father that introduced me to the bird watching scene, the wildlife scene. When I was younger, he used to take me, and I think he took my younger brother Raymond with us as well. He used to take us up to the Jimin Hills, way up above Bannockburn. And I can always remember when he bought a pair of binoculars. Well, it was some weeks after that that he took me and my younger brother Raymond up to the Jimin Hill, where he introduced us to wildlife basically. And in the car, it was great travelling all through the moors, the hills to get to the destination. Up past Loch Vinegar, and I can always remember he stopped in a lay-by and he says, have a look at these are Arctic terns. And when they got a hold of his binoculars, we could see a mass of black and white, just looked like seagulls to us, but they were terns with the sharper beaks and the different shaped bodies and colorations slightly varying from the seagull's colours. And yeah, that was our introduction to wildlife and bird life, and Raymond's followed suit as well. He loves watching birds, wildlife, filming them as well. So we have my father to thank for that. He introduced us to the world of birds and wildlife. So that's where I get that from. The fishing side comes from my mum's side, the male side of my mum's side. My Uncle Sam, he used to be a devout fisherman. He was a bit of a poacher as well. And I can only think that's who I take after the fishing from as well. The genes come from my Uncle Sam. So thanks Uncle Sam, you introduced me to the fishing side. When I was younger, I could always remember my mum bought us a fishing rod from Woolworths at the time, and what a great shop that is. And I don't understand why it closed, because it's still a great, well, I think there's a couple outlets in America still, but Woolworths in the UK is completely closed. But that's where I got my first fishing rod. And up above where we stayed at Bog End Road, Bannockburn, there's a set of falls, the Bannockburn Falls, a famous set of falls. You go way back in history, look up Bannockburn Falls. That's where my mum learned to swim as well. She used to tell us about the times that's where she learned to swim. She was a great swimmer. There's quite a deep pool up there as well. The bottom of the falls at Bannockburn. If you ever have time to visit it or have a look at it, have a look. But that was a great place for the brown trout, the salmon as well. That's as far as the salmon would get, because the falls were too steep. Even up until 5 years ago, they had not altered the Bannockburn Falls. By law, all these places were supposed to have access to salmon, and they had to put fish ladders and whatever in, but for some strange reason, Bannockburn Falls escaped that situation. So up until this day, the salmon get trapped at the bottom of those falls in that big pool where my mum learned to swim. And yeah, that's where I learned to. That's where I first learned to fish, was the Bannockburn Falls, for the brown trout. Beautiful brown trout as well. Yeah, that brings back memories from there. That's where so that's the history of where I learned to, well, where I got my wildlife enthusiasm and interest from, and my fishing from, is both down to my father, and my Uncle Sam. So thank you to both.